Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. I know you missed us. We were gone
Hey.
for a week, but hey, life happens. You better be lucky this wasn't last year because last year we clunked four different shows into one hour episode. We went through them, honey. This year we were giving them their time, okay? Honestly.
Oh my God. Oh, I remember that. Oh my God. That was exhausting.
Yes. So for those who are on the old channel with us, remember those days, honey. Remember those days.
Thank you so much for being part of this channel, part of the growth we've had this year. This is our first year on this particular channel, and
Has been
I'm pretty sure this is the most you've ever heard me talk.
but yes, today we are here to discuss the Boulay Brothers Dragula Titans, episode 6 and 7, the Ugly Ladies of Wrestling and the Sea Monsters. So what do we think of these two episodes?
They were pretty decent episodes, actually. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. I don't know. Like at first, I I, I love these queens, but honestly, Melissa was very much me in the Sea Monster episode because honestly, I don't know how much more I would have been able to took.
Okay, like because y'all been rehashing the same drama for 7 weeks.
And we talk about Drag Race not having any drama, but this is too much. This is too much, and it just
You just need the perfect blend of drama. Just
like
a little.
like
My daddy didn't love me, and a little bit of my boyfriend left me, and then that's it.
yeah. I think if they didn't have that middle piece, like they come in, they have their little drama right at the beginning. They
Mm-hmm.
lazy, how they come back and more drama happens.
Yes.
That drama didn't happen when they came back. I think I would be okay.
Right.
It would
If
get,
y'all would stop bringing it up, if one specific person would stop putting themselves in the middle of it all the dang time.
oh, we're going to discuss. We are going to discuss, honey. But we are on a time crunch, so we're going to get into these episodes, honey. So let me go ahead and share this here screen, and let's hope our memories are great. So we come back in, and this was the episode right after Abora went home.
Mm-hmm. The
So
D&D episode, yeah.
yeah, the end of the previous episode, Abora went home. Her and Astor were in the bottom. And everybody was there to see it, so there was no, oh, I wonder who went home. We know Astrid stayed. Um,
Boy.
and Astrid's just super excited to continue in this competition. And she said she was a little worried because last time she was up for elimination, she had her epic.
Meltdown.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to find our video. Like, we need to find a way to upload them on here without what happened last time.
Yeah.
But
We lost like 5 followers.
something along that line. Something along that line.
And
But
it messed our algorithm up horribly.
that was the main thing. It messed our algorithm up. So go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe because we're just now getting back to where we was before the spike. But honestly, the spike was mostly because of the international seasons we were covering.
Mm-hmm.
Because where their go-to for the internationals. But
Hey.
oh, wait till we read Italy next week though. Um, but yeah, so back to the Titans. This was an epic moment, so she brought that up. Eva,
Mm-hmm.
Eva, my dear Eva, please be quiet. Please be quiet.
Yes. Please be quiet.
Please be quiet.
Yes.
And again, Coco, as always, the realest one in the room.
Always
So
deserves
deserve,
all the roses, all of the everything. Cause yeah.
yeah. And they were mostly just talking about with the board being gone. Hopefully, we can get some some peace, and we're done with the triangle. And yeah, we're done with the triangle, but now we got other nonsense going on.
Nope.
So the Boulets pop up and announce that this week is the Ugly Ladies of Wrestling Challenge. And that their first feat is going to be arm wrestling. How is that a fight for you? Compared to the one they have to do in episode 7. Now that's a fright feat, honey.
Oh.
That was a fright feat. And they mentioned the whole, oh, if you fail to do this, the person before you is coming back. And I'm like, don't tell me somebody refused to arm wrestle. I was gonna get so mad if somebody refused to arm wrestle.
I'm too pretty.
But also a part of this challenge is that they are given wigs by this company. I forget the name of it, and they have to style them. Remember when we get to the looks. So they come back into the boudoir and they're picking their wigs. They're looking around. There's more wigs too, so I imagine these are just the ones they're playing in right now. It is time for the arm wrestling, but we are reminded of Melissa B. Fierce from the first season of Boulay Brothers, Dragula. During that extermination where she put the paws on that poor baby.
Yes.
Oh baby. As y'all know, I recently rewatched season 1. And just sitting there watching that, I'm like, ooh, Melissa, ooh. Let her breathe. Get off of her. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so our first match was between Victoria and Hoso. Victoria won.
Of course.
The second battle was between Eva and Coco. Coco won.
Get it, mama.
Our next battle was Melissa and Astrid, and Melissa won. And because there's 3, they had to do this weird thingy at the end where 2 of them went and then one of them went against the winner, which I thought was, I would have been mad because honestly, what do you mean? We should have played this when there was an even number of people. But anyway.
Right.
The first one of the second round was Coco and Victoria. And Coco won. And then our final round was between Coco and Melissa. And Coco won.
Hey. I love her little finger clap.
Yes. Well, she gets that from Naomi. Naomi did it during Legendary, rest in peace. Hopefully that up somewhere.
Yeah, now that they've canceled our Dear Departed show.
Still mad about that. I remember when I first saw it, I got on Twitter and Naomi announced, oh, it's officially canceled. I'm like, what do you mean? Excuse me, HBO Max. What is wrong with y'all?
But I hate when they cancel something at its height of something.
Yeah, so hopefully somebody picks it up. If not, it was great for what we had, even though the first 2 winners, the winners of season 1 and season 2, in my opinion, should not have won. But we're not here talking about Legendary right now, okay?
I think it should be on VH1 personally.
So, because Coco won, she got to choose the team for the wrestling matches. So, the teams are Victoria, Astrid, and Hoso versus Melissa, Eva, and Coco.
Hey.
And Coco stacked her team just a little bit?
Just a little.
A little.
Just a little something.
Oh, but yes, we come back in and we are introduced. Oh, I meant to write this baby's name down. I think her name was hold on, Emmy Ross. Now, here's the part that first got me. Y'all might not, I think I've talked about it on this channel. If not, I'll talk about it now. Huge wrestling fan here. Huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, very much so.
I think it's cool that they got a stunt person, but I think it would have been even better if they actually got a wrestler. If they would have partnered with AEW or WWE, even Impact, and get one of the wrestlers in to help them teach them actual wrestling moves, since this is a wrestling challenge. She was teaching them fight moves. This ain't a fight, it's wrestling. And she taught them some good stuff, but I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I think it would have come better if there was an actual wrestler here.
That was probably a financial issue.
Most likely, most likely. I fully think so. Definitely when we get to the next episode and we see who the guest judges are. I love them so much. But
Mm.
kind of obvious, we're running low on the cash. But anyway, we go through the practice. They get together. Afterwards, they're putting their outfits together.
Mm-hmm.
We are on to the main stage.
Love the outfits.
I do.
Like scorpions.
I wish there was more from the waist down,
Facts.
but these armor pieces right here, Drag Race Italy star Joffrey made this as
Mm.
well.
Oh, I'll get it.
I'm like, okay, Joffrey, okay, I like the little scorpion. I like that. I like that. And they played in your face during the snatch game. Like I know you haven't got there yet, but they played in Joffrey's face during the snatch game, and
Jeez.
I did not appreciate that. Now, granted, do I agree what happened later the next episode? Yes. But anyway. So we were joined by Poppy, who at this point might as well become a permanent judge. She's there every year.
Yes.
I believe she's been there every year since season 3. Yeah.
Yes.
And for wrestling fans, they know Poppy because she did the NXT theme song. She's been on NXT multiple times performing. She is a huge wrestling fan. And then we have Katya. And don't get me wrong, love Katya. But why this challenge?
I don't know. She's a very physical queen too, isn't she? Not like athletic physical, but like dancing physical.
But I was just really confused here. I'm like,
It wasn't Katya a gymnast?
she was a gymnast. She was a gymnast.
So that might be
Her
why.
Reggie Roach performance reminded you of that, honey. I recently, I'm preparing my ranking of all the verses again, and I just recently rewatched Reggie Roach, and still so good after all this time. Still so good. But yeah, Katya was shady. I'm like,
Yes.
bring her back, baby.
Mm.
She read Astrid for her shoes. I'm like, thank you. Number one, thank you. But yes, let's get into it. Here's the full one. Like I said, waist up. Cool. I wish we would have had something going on down here. Something going on.
Dang.
Something cool.
Something.
Something. Something.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go through these looks. Up first is Hoso Teratoma. What did you think of this?
It was okay.
Yeah, I liked it. And I liked how the Hoso character came through.
Uh-huh.
It is inspired by the 80s. I enjoy the ensemble. Um,
However, comma.
it's a little too loose. It didn't really fit.
Yeah, especially you see that little bulge like right there in her thigh.
Yeah. And we'll talk and her wrestling, well, we'll talk about that.
I
Next. Baby, I don't know what she thought she was given here.
don't either. That was very poorly executed.
Yeah, I'm like, did you look at some wrestling gear? Because everybody else was somewhat in the lane of wrestler. No.
Don't know what you were giving here, but wrestler was not it.
Yeah. And I really hate that we didn't get to really know the characters because they all came up with a character. I hate that we didn't get to know the characters, kind of like to what Drag Race did when they did their wrestling challenge. They did a little skit beforehand so we can kind of get it, who the character is, what's going on, why are we beefing? Why
Right.
why are these queens fighting? That's a big wrestling is all about storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Why are y'all hating each other? Why are we trying to fight? It didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Up next is Melissa Be Fierce. I really like this. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the toy AEW belt that they scratched out and tried to make it something else. I'm like, you could have without the belt. I did see the inspiration of China. I appreciated that. As
Mm-hmm.
is one of my faves. But yeah, I really enjoyed this look.
No, it was a good look. It was a good look. I know you're waiting for me to say something. You know, I don't watch that much wrestling.
Did you disagree? I was like, what happened?
I'm just agreeing with everything you say.
Yeah, up next is Coco Kane. Um, now this didn't give me wrestler. Well,
No, it looked
kinda,
very sloppy.
if you go back and watch the 90s and early 2000s, there was a lot of bra and panty matches.
Yes.
It would be a regular Monday night scene, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just I, I liked it,
Mm-hmm.
but that's it. Like I don't. It's not a boo. It's like
Right.
a soft two.
I know like Dragula doesn't like heart much on the padding, but I really wish she would pad better. But
Yeah,
I know
technically she's good with her padding, but here it's I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
uh, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like purposefully out of proportion.
Maybe
I
maybe.
just wish it was a smooth transition.
Up next is Victoria Black. I really enjoyed this look. I would, but I don't care for the muscle part. The muscle suit that she has on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have been okay if she would have bare chested it.
Mm.
I think it would have fit better with the look. But I enjoyed it. What you
To
thinking?
go from like ultra thin bottom to this muscular top. Yeah, I can see where you'd have a problem with that.
Up next is Astrid Aurelia. Girl, what was this?
I don't know. I don't know.
This was not.
Mm,
I
it
don't
was not very well planned.
know what this was.
What the character was supposed to be.
I did like the tail, but
What about it?
why? And at one point, I thought they were in the wrestling match. She was going to take it off and use it as a weapon. I'm like, that would have been really,
That would have made sense.
but didn't.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't like this, and I love how Katya read on the shoes. I just wanted to bring that up again. And if she does one more crunchy dip, one more
That
crunchy dip,
crunchy dip.
I swear, I'm like, girl, quit dipping. Now, I will say her dips are better than some of the dips we see on Drag Race. It's
Mm.
still crunchy. So we had some commentators here. This one right here is Ian. He's actually a producer on Dragula.
Uh,
Shout out to the Chop Block. I was sitting in on one of their Twitter stories. Is that what they call them? Where they're talking and you listen.
uh-huh.
I was sitting in theirs and they were discussing this episode of Titans. And baby, they was read. Who were they reading? They were reading. I think they were reading the production of the show. They were reading something, and Ian popped in, and that was the funniest thing. It was so funny. Ian didn't stay in long. He stayed in like a minute top, but it was
Uh-huh.
so funny. Everyone's reaction to seeing Ian in there. But yeah, shout out to the Chop Block on Twitter. I love them. I love them so much. So, what do we think of the actual wrestling match?
That was funny.
It was funny, but it was too long.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, girl, can we wrap this up? And me being a wrestling fan,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't follow no rules of wrestling.
None.
Like at one
None.
point, one of the queens was tapping out. I'm like, oh, match over. And then one counted to three, and I'm like, okay, match.
Match over.
Why are we still go? Even if you go back to the '80s and watch the Glorious Ladies of Wrestling, which is this is inspired of, they still
Mm-hmm.
follow the rules of wrestling.
Right.
So it was just like, what is this going? What is this? What is this?
Filler.
No wonder nobody went home. To be honest, how could you send somebody home after this?
Hmm.
How could you? And the fact that they're all in heels doing this,
Right.
I'm like, no, I thought they were going to change into like tennis shoes or boots. No,
Right.
all kept their.
Did no such thing.
I'm like, why are y'all doing that? But Melissa, baby, she let Astrid have it. She
Yes.
let Astrid have it, and it was so funny. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go through these screenshots that I got of them wrestling. Like I said, it was funny at points, but
Hmm.
I would have cut it down by like 3 4 minutes. It was just 3 4
Hmm.
minutes long. But I did love how Coco used her titties as a weapon.
Hey, I would have too.
I loved it. I loved it.
It seemed like once she got in the ring, she was kind of stuck in there though,
Yeah.
because of the boobs.
But I did enjoy this moment here with the wig reveal. Andrews would have been proud. She would have been. But yeah, I like I said, I enjoyed this. But yeah, there were times I was just like, okay, can we wrap this up? We're not following the rules. And there was
Hmm.
never really an end to it. It just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
So we have all of our beautiful monsters here. Who had your favorite wrestling look of the week?
Mm. I'm gonna say Coco only because yeah.
I would say Melissa. I think Melissa's look really worked for me. I thought it was really good. So we before we get to that, Coco brings up how her stuff is keep being messed with. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you brought it up because she mentioned it at the Dungeons and Dragons challenge that her armor came up missing, or pieces of her armor came up missing, and now
Yeah.
her costume came up damaged. So now that she's bringing it up to the Boulets,
Hmm.
it has to come full circle at some point.
Yeah.
Like, why else would they show us this if they're not going to give us a resolution on who is responsible for this?
Mhm.
Because,
Sorry.
oh, you're fine. Because this was, it's annoying. Like, why are y'all messing with my girl?
Exactly. Because I feel like she's being sabotaged.
Are y'all that threatened?
Rightfully so, but no. Stop.
Yeah. So after the judges' critiques, we find out that Melissa B. Fierce is the winner of this week's challenge. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I do. I do. I do. I was torn between her and Coco, but I think Melissa really, really embodied it. But we find out that Eva and Hoso are the bottom two. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have put Astrid in the bottom. Like they were giving Astrid so much praise,
Hmm.
but to me, Melissa did all the work.
Yeah.
And I know they're like, oh well, that's the story they were trying to tell, but like she wasn't selling very well, in my opinion.
No.
So I personally would have put Astrid in the bottom. But we go to the boudoir, not the boudoir, but the cauldron.
The cauldron.
Coming in, they're having their chit chats. But the my favorite part of the cauldron, one of my two favorite parts, is Eva defending her case.
Hmm.
And I love how she's like, and I've been professional to all the staff. I'm like, oh,
Uh-oh.
oh, shade.
Yeah, because that's gonna play a big part in the next
Yeah,
episode.
Astrid caught you. She's like, are you talking about me? And I'm like, she is. I don't even think and knowing what we know for the next episode, I don't even think she realized she looked at her when she said it.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, okay, okay. And then this was more interesting. Coco trying to pick up the straw. I thought that was funny. And then
Look, nails that long, they suck.
drink fell right on her.
uh
Right on her, honey. But yes, we go back to the main stage. They're here, they go up to the top, and we find out that Eva Destruction and Hoso Teratoma are safe.
right.
Do you agree with a non elimination here?
Mm, it would have saved a lot of drama the next episode if they really would have just got rid of somebody.
I'm okay with it because after a challenge like that, like honestly, I don't think it would have been fair.
Yeah, because like nobody really performed bad or well.
And they everybody did what they were asked.
Yeah,
So
with no real point of reference.
yeah, I kind of get it. But
However,
the Boulets did announce that there will be consequences for both of them staying this week, which
mm-hmm.
we already know because we're finna get into episode 7. Well, we know no double elimination happened here, so we get a double elimination next episode.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's what they're hinting at, that there's going to be a double elimination.
Mm.
So it's just like, okay, well, we'll see. So we go back into the boudoir. It's the next day, and Melissa is being congratulated for winning her first challenge of the season.
And the parallels between the two episodes of Dragula and Canada versus the World are like ridiculous.
Ooh, I'm
Oh
like,
my
did they
god.
purposely plan this week to be rough for me? Did they purposely plan this week? Because baby, baby. But anyway,
Uh,
um,
tears were shed.
oh my goodness, especially here in both of them. But Astrid expressed to the group how she felt like Eva was coming for her in the cauldron, and she didn't
Oh my
appreciate.
god.
They didn't appreciate it. And they were discussing, oh, who do you think is going to stay? Now, here's my question: if one monster had to go home, who would you have sent home?
Probably Astrid.
Out of who? Out of Eva and Hoso?
Oh, well, probably Eva then.
I would have sent Hoso home. Out of
That tracks.
out of the two, I would have sent Hoso home. They both did. They were doing great throughout the whole season, which I think that's another reason that played into them both staying. But
Mm-hmm.
somebody had to go.
Right.
I would have chose Hoso to go. I would have. Because as much as I'm enjoying Hoso,
Mm-hmm.
there's been
I'm
no
not
growth.
enjoying Hoso.
There's been no growth between season 4 and now.
Right. I
Like,
mean, because she just came off tour and started again, and I'm just like, you really should have just stayed away for a little bit.
and Coco and Astrid came right back as well, but it's like we're seeing new levels of them. Maybe because they left early, I'm not sure.
I think because they weren't they were able to evolve their drag over the course of the year as opposed to being stuck in drag, you know.
Yeah, I'm not.
And plus they're older. Husso's what, like 21?
I believe so. 2021, yes.
Yeah, like
But Eva walks back in, and Eva's pretty much playing off as if Hoso went home.
mm-hmm.
But some maybe Coco didn't believe it. She's like, Everybody
Look,
else, like,
Coco got a brain on her.
the Crown Coco. I say this every week.
Crown Coco.
Crown her. She won. Okay, like, and this is Coco. Like, she's listening to it, but she's like,
Mm.
She keeps looking back, and then Hoso walked in, and Coco knew it.
Yep. She's like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Everybody else was like, "Oh well, congratulations, Eva. I guess it was Hoso's time." Blah blah blah. And Coco, she knew it. She's like, "I knew it. I knew it."
Hmm.
And
She's like, you're a bad actress.
yeah, that was really fun. But they also announced that because both of them stayed, there's going to be some repercussions for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I thought we were going to see it this episode, but I guess.
I did too.
But it's time to go to the main stage, where the Boulets announced that this week they will be doing a sea monster challenge, where they have to create a look that represents the horrors of the deep. So this is
Okay.
horror challenge. I just want to point that out there because
Horror challenge.
it's a horror, horror, filth, and glamour are the three categories for
Yeah.
this one called for horror. Because I've been seeing a lot of people not agree with a certain person in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Was the look stunning? Yes, and I'm going to give her that. But the category is the horrors of the deep.
Mm-hmm.
Horror, not glamours of the deep. Horrors of the deep, okay? All right. But they also announced that the fright feat this week is that they're going to be crawling through a water pipe thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Have to get a lock, and if they don't get the lock in time, the water is going to fill up, and they got to hold their breath.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, oh shit, somebody's not going to do this.
I thought so too.
Somebody's going to go home, and freaking Abora is going to have to come back.
Ugh.
Ugh. But they all did it. They all did it. I was like, okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Even Coco, she looked like she was just scared out of her ever loving mind.
And I was sitting there, I'm like, well, it has to happen at least once this season. Why else would they make that a rule? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Unless they plan on pulling a drag race and wait until the very end.
Probably. There's only
Oh God.
and
If they're gonna do it, wait till somebody sends Coco home and then do it so Coco can come back and win it.
but my thing is, even if they do it next episode, I don't think Melissa would come back.
No.
So they would have to pick freaking Abora.
Unless they made the other ones just fight for it.
That's the way I look at it. If next week, if somebody doesn't survive the fright feed, I don't think Melissa will be willing to come back. So they'll ask the person who went home before Melissa, which was Abora. But yeah, I was watching this and I was like, oh no. This is the piece we saw in the trailer for the season, and I was wondering when we were going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-mm.
no. But my thing,
Did they just have to hold on to it or they had to unlock it?
I believe they had to unlock it. They said that they had to put the lock in. But my thing is, everybody's doors open at the same time. If they really had to go through and figure out what the lock was, it would have made more sense to show each one of them unlocking it
Right.
times instead of it making it look like they all got through at the same time. I just think that was a producer error there. They should have really shown that out.
Mm-hmm. Because I didn't really see a struggle. It was like they crawled into the hole, they dunked under, and then they came out the other side.
And this is the first fright feed of the season where there wasn't a winner.
Right.
Like, okay.
It was just filler.
But yeah. So the queens are now chatting before they get ready for the challenge. And
Mm-hmm.
we start seeing the cracks in Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
Because she sees Eva and all them over there talking about the same old drama again and again.
Still and again. Yeah.
Here than what they were saying before. And Melissa was over it.
Yep.
Was. And then she was talking to Astrid, and Astrid's like, well, I'm just going to stay out of it. And then she immediately went right into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's draining, to be honest. And
to be caught up in the same stupid bullcrap over and over and over again, yeah, this is going to be exhausting.
We're seeing it once a week. Melissa was living it day in,
yep,
day out.
So, yep. And if we tired of it and we just watching,
yeah, we have a break. We step away. We go do this, that, and the third. There was no break. They went right back into it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even when they were getting ready, Melissa had some things to say to Astrid. Well, to pretty much everybody, but it started towards Astrid.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I couldn't fault her because I would be sick of it at this point too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not sure if I would step away, but I would sure let them know how I was feeling.
Right.
I would sure let them know how I was feeling.
hmm
Maybe. But we get to the main stage and we have the Boulets here giving us old Hollywood glamour.
I love how they're switching it up and giving us color this year.
I love the robes. I really do. I want a robe like this so bad. I need.
hmm You know how expensive them things are.
Uh, but we are joined by the winner of the Boulay Brothers Dragula Resurrection, Saint,
Yes.
and the winner of the Boulay Brothers Dragula Season 4, Dali.
hmm
And I really enjoyed them too as guest judges. Dolly more than Saint. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I think it was even Coco because she said, Coco, your floor performance was a little dull or something.
hmm
She's
And
like,
Saint and Coco was like, "How dare you read
and
me?"
Saint's like, I mean, and Coco's like, Saint got some nerve telling me my flow show performance was slow. I'm like, Coco, Coco. Of course, I love seeing Dolly. You know, Dolly completely
Yes.
ate their season alive.
Yes.
Alive.
Yes. Commented on the video we posted on they won.
Yes, it was the finale episode actually, and Dolly said that they love us.
Yes. Then we were very entertaining. I really wish they had followed us on this channel.
But we've gotten a lot more Queen involvement
Interaction.
than last one because Dolly was one of the few.
Yes.
Over here, we've had some from Minnie Cooper, Pixie Polite,
Yes.
Precious Paula Nicole. We've had several others. I need to go through and actually write them down so that we can keep track and give thanks to those who stopped by our channel and said hello. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Look, that'll be another end of year video.
All the queens who've interacted with us.
Yes. We'll show screenshots of the posts.
But it's time for the floor show. And when we saw this screenshot, I'm like, this would have been a great one for them to be actually at the beach.
Right. I was like, ooh, are we gonna kick it old school? We gonna get like a whole death scene?
Yeah, like him because in the first 3 seasons, they were able to go outside. And season 4, I understood they had to stay in one place. But we saw this season that they were able to go to the Dungeon and Dragons Renaissance Fair. So why not go to the beach? And we did see them go to the beach on season 4 because you remember if Bitter Betty, her death scene took place on the beach.
Yep, the Nosferatu.
Yeah, so we could have went to the beach for this. This would have been fun. But hey, we're here. Up first,
I mean, we went to a little western town when Coco got eliminated season 4.
I don't think Coco went to that.
No.
I think it was just something they shot, and then they showed
The dummy they made to look like Coco.
yeah, which was roasting.
Yes, I'm glad they didn't show at the beginning of the season.
On top of everything else that's recently come out about the Boulets, that makes more sense now. Anyway, so what do we think of Hoso Teratoma's look here?
I did not enjoy this, really.
I liked it, but I do agree from like the thigh down. It's just like, here up.
What is this?
Here up. Sea monster. Scary. I feel you. And although the shoes are sickening.
Right.
It's not a cohesive look.
No.
It's not a cohesive look. Up next is Astrid Aurelia. I didn't really get a full body shot, so these are the best ones I could get. I was really shocked this got praise. Because especially when they read Melissa for not following the category.
Right.
Astrid didn't follow it either.
Because I don't know what this was supposed to be. I thought it was the category was something else.
Yeah, I remember the Big Boulay was just like, oh, I love it. It was a octopus trying to pass off as a person.
Squid.
A squid, but still, it's a sea monster. Like, I'm sorry, that didn't fit the category to me. If she would have fully embraced the squid, the octopus, sea monster as of it, I think that would have been better than trying to, oh, look at me. I'm a squid that's dressed as a person trying to fit in with everybody else. that That wasn't the category, in my opinion. It wasn't.
No.
Up next is Coco Kane. I thought this was all right.
Yeah. I mean, okay, if she hadn't explained at the beginning what it was supposed to be, I don't think I would have got it.
Yeah, and I agree. I believe it was Dolly or maybe even Saint who said if they had maybe like a trident or a sword of some sort, it would have finished the outfit for me.
Right.
It would have fully connected it.
Because like it's supposed to be some type of seahorse type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the tail? You could have put a tail. You could have put a phallic tail if you wanted to. It would have made sense.
But yeah, like I see where she was going, but I do agree with the critiques that she got with this look.
Right. Other than that, it's an excellent look.
Oh,
It's probably one of their cleaner looks.
yeah. Up next is Victoria Black. I was confused about the critiques for this because they asked for Sea Monster. Victoria gave Sea Monster. But they were like, but you just gave us Sea Monster.
You asked for sea monster.
And that's what Victoria gave you.
I'm not quite sure why they going so hard on Victoria because it seemed like she can't do nothing right.
Here's the thing. I think they want to crown Victoria, but they don't want to constantly just give her all the wins. They want to spread them out. So they got to give a few, like, oh, yeah, you gave us a sea monster, but it was just a sea monster. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand because the floor show was kind of weak. I ain't gonna lie.
That was my thing. Her floor show performance was not it. And typically she do good on the floor show performance.
Right.
She couldn't really move in this or
No,
what?
I don't know. And everybody else been getting like dinged for a bodysuit, and I'm like, okay, that's just a bodysuit. But at the same time, like I don't know what that is made out of. It looks like it's rubber, but yeah, I don't know.
Up next is Melissa B. Fierce. I love this look,
Love the outfit.
but it's not the category.
It's not.
No. Especially because at first I was sitting there, I'm like, why do they hate this? I don't understand. This outfit is great. They say glamour is one of the things that they love, that they stand for, horror, filth, and glamour. But it was just today when I went to go get the screenshots for this, when I heard them say, we want to see the horrors of the deep. I'm like, oh, this was a horror challenge.
Yes, and she gave glamour.
Yes.
Bless you.
Sorry, I couldn't breathe. I'm getting over a cold.
Oh, baby.
I know, poor me. But yeah,
A
like
little tink tink.
this is stunning. And this is one of my favorite looks of the week, but it just didn't give horror.
Needed to be given.
Yeah, like this is, and I was kind of upset when they came for this fabric. They're like, oh, anybody can get this fabric. Okay, and
Okay.
it's still stunning. Like I felt although it wasn't the category, I felt like they were a little too hard on Melissa this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, just beautiful.
It didn't help play into everything else she had going on mentally either.
Yeah. But up next is Eva freaking Destruction.
And Eva said, "Oh, you didn't think I needed to be here? Well, let me show you this."
Baby, oh, scared me. I was
The makeup was fantastic.
makeup is everything.
She said, "Ursula, who?"
And the body hair really works with this as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, ooh, this was
Because it don't look like body hair, it looks like moss.
that.
Sea moss.
That. Like Eva, head to toe, did an amazing job here. Head to toe. But hold on just a second. I got screenshots out of order. Okay. So here are our 6 monsters. Who had your favorite look?
I'm gonna have to give it to Eva.
I agree. I think Eva had the best look. But we find out that the winner is Eva for this week. Woo, woo, woo. I do agree. I do
Look
agree.
at the paint job.
Like, look at this.
Look at the
You know they
it's
don't
okay.
take long to do this. It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'll be wondering what body paint they use.
But we find out that Coco Kane and Melissa B. Fierce are in the bottom two this week. Do you
Coco Kane looks like she has sushi on her shoulder.
do you agree with this bottom two?
Mm,
Because I don't.
I don't.
I think Astrid should be in the bottom with Melissa.
Yeah.
I do. I do. But we get to the cauldron. Woo-wee. So Melissa
Melissa said, I'm gonna lay y'all out and then I'm gonna dip.
immediately went in on everybody. She said she's tired of their two-facedness,
Mm-hmm.
of the lying. She's tired of all
The
of the
backstabbing, the alliances.
yeah. And honestly, anybody else probably could have handled this, but we also got to remember what Melissa went through literally a week before coming to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband just upped and left.
Up and left.
She is still, honestly, I give her kudos for even doing the damn show.
Right? Because
I might
she
have pulled out after that. Like, you know what? I'm not in a good mental space for this.
mm-hmm. I mean, and maybe she did it to try and take her mind off of things, but yeah, just the mental,
That
the
would be the
mental
only
health.
reason I would do it. I'm like, you know what? I need a good distraction. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Get there and have to deal with the same bullshit over and over and over again.
Yeah, to deal with relationship bull crap while
You're
losing your
yeah.
relationship,
But I love production for
bringing back the memory.
pulling the tea as she's saying it. She's
Yes.
pulling up everything, being like, she's not wrong. She's not
Mm-hmm.
wrong. Here are the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
And
And
yeah, speaking of Coco, I love how she was just like the realest out of all
oh
of
yeah, we'll
this.
get to Coco here in a minute. But before we do, Miss Victoria,
Mm.
why'd you make that comment that you made? The comment she said, "What are you gonna do? Throw your drink on me now?" Miss Victoria, why would you assume because Melissa's upset she's gonna throw a drink at you? What are you insinuating?
Do they have some history?
Not that I know of. It just to me, it felt like, uh-oh, the Latina's upset, she's gonna throw a drink.
Mm.
That's the way it hit me. I'm like, excuse me? Miss Victoria
So
don't do
you felt like it was very stereotypical type comment.
yes, I don't want to call her the R word because I don't think she is. But this was
Right.
a very insensitive comment she made right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope somebody points that out to her and be like, hey, can you see how what you said could come
Could
up?
yeah be problematic.
Because I was like, ma'am, no, that's what we not gonna do. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we not gonna do. But Melissa leaves. Production, the producers follow her out.
Mm-hmm.
She has her moment. And she explains to the producers that she's done. She don't want to be here no more.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes back and he announces, Melissa wishes not to continue with the competition and she will not
Mm-hmm.
return to the cauldron. So that's where Coco was like, no, not my homegirl. I'm not going to do this. So
Mm-hmm.
and they have this conversation here. And honestly, I thought she was going to get out of drag. I thought we were looking at an NT situation where she was just going to start getting out of drag. Like, I'm not even going up there.
Oh man, I remember how much that pissed you off.
Yes, the woo wee.
Drag Race Mexico. Oh my god.
It was Drag Race
Mm-mm.
season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, woo, 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 woo. Ooh, woo, 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 woo. I remember calling you after that. I'm like, did you see the shot?
Yes.
Anyway,
And then we got on here and you was just like, no.
baby,
And I wouldn't have invited her back for the finale.
read her and Dovima. Both of them got red. Don't play.
Two filth. Oh my God.
Don't play with me. Don't.
No.
Anyway, I really thought that's what situation we were going through. And I'm like, you know what? In the mental space that she's in, I would not be upset if she was to start getting out of drag right now. But like, I'm not even gonna go up there. I don't even want to risk them say you are staying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they had a nice conversation, and one of the things I did like about this season, one of the few things, I enjoyed their friendship. We got to see grow.
Yes.
I did enjoy that. But we do get back up there. So they go up to the top, and the Boulets do announce that they are granting Melissa's wishes. Now, they didn't say that.
Right.
They're like, we know you don't want to be here. So we're going to send you on to the house. And I love how in the confession, she was like, Melissa Beefear's out. I'm like, oh, no, no. But yes, we say goodbye to Melissa B.
And Coco just looks so sad.
She looks so sad. So sad. So sad. But those are 2 episodes.
Ooh.
Those are 2 episodes, honey.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what's next. You know how I am. I wish they gave us little tidbits, little teasers, like every other show ever,
Ever.
ever,
Ever.
ever. Hell, even sitcoms do that. Oh, next week on The Neighborhood. Dude, give us a little something, a little something, something, a little something, something. But that's okay. That's okay. But yes, that is this episode, honey. Is there anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Krisha May, where can they find you on the social medias?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CreshaMcGill on all social media.
And let us know down in the comments. Do you agree, disagree? Just keep it cute. Keep it cute. Don't play with me. Let us know what you thought about this episode. But you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.